we do have to get it replaced because the water doesn't work. I'd say a little further than 99% there. That sucks. Maybe someone will be able to come out and get it working. Maybe there's just a small fix that needs to be done. Am I planning to, or did I play Silent Hill 2 yet? Have not played it. It's on the big, like, if this subathon's going on during the weekend, that might be a good pick. It's big in the eyeballs. But tomorrow's going to be a ton of other games. Today is Ghost Trick, followed by board games. I'm having my buddies over in a couple of hours. They're going to be here. Going to be sick. Going to be dope. And then evening is Stardew Valley. Because that's been fun. We're playing that Robot Quest Robo Arena Battle or Deck Builder game when my buddies come over tonight. It's going to be good. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-do. And for now, we continue our journey through Ghost Trick. Let's go! Rachel, thank you for the $5. Big time thank you. Julie getting that VIP. Hell yeah.
You
Strength in numbers. That is 6 of them in the deck right now. That's going to be 3 minutes on the clock. And guys, your new card options. Oh, no third mythic? Wow, scammed. You guys got to make a choice here. If you want the King's Return, this card, or the Simon Says. What's going on, Ferrorio? I'm good, man. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing well today. While you guys are voting, I'm going to take it as an opportunity to refill my water bottle. Oh, actually, my alarm went off. I got to let Polly in. I'll fill my water bottle, come back to check on what you guys are doing with the cards. And then I'll get Polly. All right, you guys got this card. 1 minute to the clock. Jumper activate. Eternity? Oh no, we just cursed my own curse. The next card is negative, but only by half. Wow, I can't believe my curse just got cursed. I got scammed? Huh? That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. All right, guys. Gonna let Polly in. 2 seconds. I'm glad you guys got left with some dope music here. All right. We're jumping back into Ghost Trick, guys, for what I expect to be the final segment. The story so far, as I understand it, I died. I was killed by the red-haired detective Lynn. She doesn't have memory of killing me, and I only saw security footage of it. I think there may be some sort of foul play that is potentially possible in this situation that indicates I didn't actually kill her. But for now, well, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Going for a long time tonight then. My friends show up at 7 for board game night. We're already 8 hours into this game. I figured we were close. If we don't finish, we don't finish. Yeah, there's a lot of funny business going on in the game right now. Because the assassins that were... I apparently was set up to meet with a group of assassin people that were out to kill me or Lynn or both. And on top of that, there is the Lynn's whole story of her detective... The detective who killed a man that held her hostage. But then also at some point, he killed his wife, but not really. His daughter accidentally set up a Rube Goldberg machine that killed his wife. And he took the fall. It's weird. Saying it out loud is weird. Let's just play. Let's just play. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. I told Lynn what I found out about the kidnapping. That it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted. The kidnapper had been holed up in Camilla's old house. But Camilla, why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think stupid old part's a little uncalled for. Looks like they made a mistake somehow. That poor girl kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists too, like the kidnappers winding up and using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way that could be just a coincidence. And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? If you don't believe what we say, just see for yourself. Just call home. And I tried calling 100 times and my wife won't answer. She won't. It's complicated. Why does life have to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? Ooh-wee. That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Why is he talking like fucking Mr. Meeseeks? Lynn, don't apologize to me. The beautiful love between a teacher and his student. It brings a tear to my eye. Trick time! Lynn doesn't really know that Jowd is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. Execution and the kidnapping are real threats, and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow. I just know it. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cavanella, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Jowd could never have done such a thing. Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true, and two things only. One, he was given the death penalty, and two, he tried to escape. What else could I do but haul him in? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons. So were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is your spotless record? Is that more important than saving a friend? Everybody's got certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday. That's enough, Lynn. But Detective Jowd, I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But let's talk to this guy. My poor Emily, is she all right? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Kamala. Why is a dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute, Emily? Could that be the Emily next door? Yeah, I think so. Wow, I didn't know the Justice Minister lived next door. Not me, my wife. It's complicated. Yeah. The minister's wife ran away on him? Maybe they grew apart with him being so busy. I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head. What do you got going on? So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping? Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? They're carrying out of your execution tonight. I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla. What? Camilla? I checked it out for myself. I'm positive. No, it can't be. And by the way, Camilla told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's this pain's execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true, what Camilla said? Why don't you tell us what you know? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's birthday. We came home from work and she went in first. Mom! I looked for the shooter, but there was no one to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. That's so horrible. She told me about it and she was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move. Camilla was quite a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, there was an antique gun I had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the lady's original little design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. Of course they did. I don't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. Come to think of it. There was no gun on the picture there. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of the... I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain, that gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot her. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it. I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. And that detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what was in the box? I got a different murder weapon ready to give to the police, my own pistol, and I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. When I was all done, I turned myself in. It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot her. There's no other explanation. That's what I'd convinced everyone of, even me. But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought before. The powers of the dead, right? That day, in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about those powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective Jowd, there's still some time before dawn. A little anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? The killer was a ghost? Yeah, or the 10-year-old girl made a contraption that did have a spinning Cupid in it. What is what you told us just now true? Yes, of course. If that's in that case, there's still time. Time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, detective. And of course, little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there, and I'm going to prove it. For Camilla's sake. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective. Lynn, where is that music box now? In Temsick Park. Camilla left it there. That gun is important evidence. You better go pick it up. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Sissel, take care of Detective Jowd and do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say. Oh, man, I got a lot of jobs here. What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row. A little change in plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I can't just go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody. Don't forget, back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you with a special seat just for you. And I guess we'd better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla in more ways than one, and that's all there is to it. I see, in more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should the execution be carried out tonight as planned, or should we hold off and wait for this important evidence to come in? The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please don't bow down to me, and especially not that low. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van to pick him up? Would you be so kind? I love the way they salute by, like, kicking their leg and arm out. The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle in these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? Oh, it's tricking time. It's ghost tricking time. I'm glad to see Detective Jowd is fired up now, but I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn doesn't come through with the proof, it'll be meaningless if Jowd or Camilla die. I've got to do something about that kidnapping, somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. Let's ask for some advice from the capable detective here. Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who is kidnapped. But she isn't the one. Well, it would be great if we could prove that. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is ever going to answer that phone if we call from here. Rage for a good card. Not quite, but that's okay. It didn't target any of your real bangers. Didn't target any of your real bangers there. DD King, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you, dude. If we call from here, right, but a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve a family problem. Hey, Mr. Ghost? Yeah? I have to admit, I don't like depending on others, but you're the only one who can change this situation. Gee, detective, for the past 5 years, Camilla's the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? Well, I'll try. Oh, I'll try. No, I don't want to go into his head. Just as I thought. This little girl is safe in her bed. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping? This is the last link in a long chain of sad fate lit a This last link in the long chain of a sad fate lit a fire in Jowd's heart. And the chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight has related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistake-ridden abduction does too. Bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, boom. Save complete. Continue playing. Yeah, buddy. Very short chapter there, yeah. I visited the novelist's apartment again. I'm hoping to be able to do something about this mistake identity kidnapping. As long as there's any possibility that it could be his own daughter who was kidnapped, I doubt the Justice Minister will call off the execution tonight. But if it's another little girl, he's totally chill. The key to dispelling the minister's doubts is now in bed, coughing. And I need to use this key before that prison van arrives to pick up our death row inmate. My darling angel. Oh, just listen to that cough. You naughty thing. Did you leave your nice warm bed to go out into the night and play? A daughter after my own heart, but I must confess I didn't even notice you were gone. I didn't go out to play. I went out to buy Papa a birthday present. He said he wanted a new lighter. There's no reason to go out this late at night. But my fever finally went down. I could barely move before that. But look what it's brought you. Your fever is worse now than ever. Here is to the feverish passion of my darling angel. Clink. Mama. Yes, darling. Let's call Papa and wish him a happy birthday, even though it's already past midnight. Not tonight. I hate you. Looks like the little girl was safe all along. I already knew that, but I'm still relieved all the same. And there's another lucky development too. She wants to call her father. If I can just make that use of that feeling, that will surely bring Justice Minister around. The phone? It's a sign. I told you you couldn't call him tonight. Why not? Listen to me. Your father is about to make a big mistake. I want him to reconsider. What do you know about it, Mama? He's the one who's the Justice Minister, you know. All you do is write weird novels. What do you mean, weird? How dare you disparage my romantic expression? Now you've really made me angry. You really have. How do you expect me to forgive such an insult? Oh, damn. She put the phone on the top shelf. Oh, and she's monitoring more closely. Oh, shit. There, I'll be keeping my eye on you now so you won't do anything else mischievous, like calling your father. I hate you! I can hear you, you know. What a pair. I don't know what this family's issues are. But I do know that I have to do something about this lady so Emily can call. Okay. I better not put her lamp out right now. It will only pour oil on the flames of anger already in her heart. We've got the rat. What does this valve do? Electrical sparks. All right. We got a lot of room to work with here. I think dropping a rat right on her head might not be the strategy, but I might also give it a go. That's really funny. Swing, little man. Well, well, having a good time, are we, little rodent? Sweet dreams. Did you fancy the vintage, my whiskered friend? She's more powerful than I thought. Looks like she tipped the wall candelabra to one side, too. Angle of those candles. I get the feeling I've seen something very similar to that quite recently. Whatever could he mean? Dude, this poor rat. Oh heavens, a blackout. At a critical time like this, of course, dim lights suit my story of love, but I myself am not very fond of the dark. This chandelier just narrowly missed the back of my head. I love the thrill of romance, but I don't need these kinds of thrills. Thank you. Pooh's stream has just been chatting Pooh ranting about how great xwater is for the last 10 minutes. #1 xwater fan club. I love it. That's heartwarming to hear. I'm excited for us to play Mario Party when it drops. All right. She just put that out in her wine? Dude, look at her crank. She put her whole body into that. He was talking about how he felt bad that it was on the last subathon day. It's an unfortunate day. It's an unfortunate day. The second last subathon day would have been great. All right, it's trick time. Let's see what we got to say here. I don't exactly know how this situation came about, but I think I owe the rat an apology. It seems to be unconscious, but now that the room has changed into this, maybe I can use it somehow. I can make this burn brighter. I can drop the rat. I can also crank that hoist. Assuming we make it to the final day, yeah. You know what? It makes me relatable, Rated R. It makes me relatable. Who here hasn't made a mistake once or twice in their life? Who here is perfect? I know, hell, I know I'm not. You say what you will. Oh, his tail's just dangling down. What if I close it now? Oh, I can't close it now. Does making this burn brighter, is that gonna wake up the rat? Maybe I need to crank this soldier. Oh no, that's the wrong way. I thought it would go up higher. I wonder if I have to... Oh, I can't get to the phone. I was thinking, I wonder if I have to leave this room. Can't put out the lamp right now. I wonder if turning this again will do anything. Doesn't look like it. Maybe the clock chime will do something. Look at the time as I bask in my tale of love. Time has been moving on the speed of light. So even though she's immersed in love, she can still hear this, eh? But this won't buy enough time for her daughter to make a phone call. Something else I can distract her with. Can't reach far enough over there. Can't do anything with the hoist. Making these candles burn brighter doesn't do anything special. They don't, yeah. I don't know if I can drop it and burn brighter like while she's cranking it. Maybe. Come on, let me ghost. Let me ghost. No. Dang. I could have lit her butt on fire. Since 28th of November, 2016. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. That's before partnership. That's early Mario Maker. That's like early mid Mario Maker days. Game makes no sense to me. Dog dies, talk to dog, rat dies, nothing. Yeah, the rat's technically just unconscious, but I do agree with you. This game does make no sense. You're not wrong in that much. This game does make no sense. In like a fun, whimsical kind of way, but it's definitely a goofy ass game. Oh goodness, look at the time as I can't put out her lamp. I got nothing of value is being done with the waste bin. I can't get to the left. The dictionary doesn't do anything for me. Turning this crank doesn't do anything for me. Turning this valve doesn't do anything for me. Can't, yeah, these are just latches, so I can't bring the thing back up. Swinging this thing aggressively doesn't get me close enough to get to the phone. I can't get into like her hair or something. I don't even know what I can interact with that would cause something different right now. What if I set this to burn brighter and then crank it? Didn't happen. What if I crank it again when she's walking back and bonk her in the head? Wow, she's got reflexes. She dodged the other way. I might actually just have to like have the timing. This might actually, I might actually just have to just actually like really hit her in the middle here. Oh, okay. Emily, help me. Mama. Mama. I'm too dizzy. I can't get up. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. Here is to the weakness of my darling angel. Oh my God. That chandelier is on there tighter than her wedding band. She won't be able to escape on her own. So now obviously we set it to burn brighter, right? I better not put out this lamp right now. Am I trying to burn her alive? Whatever works, works. I got no plan, idea. However this puzzle gets solved, I don't have control over that. It's gonna end up being like, oh, you had to drop the rat into the milk, and now that it's milky, it's gonna confuse the lady into thinking it's an albino rat, and that's going to trigger a memory she had. And then now that she's triggered that memory, you're going to be able to open the door to the fireplace. And inside the fireplace, there's a piece of wood that, when it's split in half using your ghost trick power, unveils another actual albino rat, which startles the rat that's in the girl's hand and triggers a gun to shoot the bad guy. That's just how this game works. That's just how this game works. And I'm not mad about it. I'm just explaining it. Should I turn the crank? What's going on here? Emily, look, do you see this? Help me. Sorry, I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. My head's spinning, so you'll just have to stay up there, I guess. All right, let's burn brighter. Looks like this lady won't be going anywhere for a while. Now the little girl can call her father. Only trouble is she can't reach it. I guess I'll have to deliver it to her. That's right, the angle of those candles. Yeah. The rat's tail just caught on fire? Oh, that woke it up. Hilarious. This is a really dangerous situation. Mama! What in the world is going on here? See what I'm saying? The solution to the puzzle was set a rat's tail on fire so we could initiate a chain of events, causing the telephone to slide down to the girl after the candles on the wall burn down part of the house. Oh, goody.
Oh, yeah.
Yo! We got a big 5 drop here. Tang, thank you very much. Seeing double into not a mythic. Thank you. Thank you. What else we got here? What else we got here?
Quack TV.
Quack TV! Chat room. Get quacking, guys. Get quacking. Mobile app is the best way to quack. I know if you don't have it open already, it's kind of rough, but... Quack. I'm helping, guys. I'm helping through the mobile app. It's about 1 quack per second on my end here. Maybe a little slower. Quack. 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 Here's another one. Another one. Another one. All right, it's gone. What do we get? 17 minutes there? A little over 17 minutes there? Nice Quacktivate, gamers. Good work, chat room. I don't know if we're going to be able to crack that 1,000 without a lot more people in the chat. We're going to need a huge amount of people. It's going to be hard. We're going to need a huge amount of people, all with a big stockpile of channel points. Maybe. Maybe we'll be able to crack the 1K, though. They hadn't increased the size of the power-ups. I know, Twitch also actively nerfed you guys in the middle of the subathon. The mobile phone tech is the best tech. It just takes a long time to get, like, if you're not already watching on your phone, it takes a long time to get there. All right, back to the game at hand. Tang, thank you for the 25 bucks, man. Appreciate the 5-card draw. Excuse me a minute while I call Papa, Mama. It'll only be a minute. I know you're on fire in the chandelier swinging from the ceiling, but I'm going to call Papa. Hello? Papa? Emily, is that you? Of course it is, silly. What do you think? But I heard they said you were... No, never mind. It's nothing. Silly old Papa. Happy birthday, Papa. All right, it was my birthday today, wasn't it? I'm sorry we couldn't celebrate tonight. Thanks to mean old Mama. Your mean old mama. I mean, your mother. What is she up to right now? Well, she's certainly up all right. My stubborn mother is kind of tied up at the moment. She needs to be taught a lesson for causing us so much trouble. No, Emily. I'm the one who was wrong. Huh? Could you tell your mother I'm sorry? What do you have to be sorry about? I was just about to make a terrible mistake, but it's all right now. Oh, okay. You're still young. There's a lot I can't tell you right now. The job of Justice Minister is very complicated, you see. Okay. But just remember, you're always the most important thing to your mother and me. Did you do something naughty to your mother? If you did, I want you to apologize. I don't think I did anything, but okay. I'll apologize. All right, Papa, have a good night. I love you too, sweetie. Hey, the lights work again. Mama, I'm sorry. My goodness, why the sudden change? I guess I was wrong about you. I didn't understand. I thought all you ever did was write those weird novels. It makes me a little sad. Papa said the job of Justice Minister was complicated. His job is very complicated and difficult. That's why I couldn't talk to you about most of it. But you're right, I shouldn't treat you like such a little girl anymore. You're growing up after all. And I promise to stop calling your novels weird and actually try reading them. Maybe you wait a little while for that. Okay. So if you're feeling a little more charitable towards your old mama, do you think you could let me down now? I would love to, but I'm just feeling too dizzy and sick right now. Tonight, on this holiest of nights, my deadline, it looks like the only thing pressing on me will be this chandelier. Here is to Papa and Mama's darling angel. She's just gonna hang out up there, okay. All of a sudden, everybody is getting along again. It's such an abrupt change, I can't understand it. Is this what family is all about? In any case, the situation has changed dramatically now. I just hope the mysteries of me can be cleared up as quickly as the furrows on the minister's brow. I don't know where Camilla is, but at least the Justice Minister's doubts are dispelled. I think we'll go back to his office where everybody is waiting for a prison van. The family now has their smiles and harmony back, but Camilla is still in the hands of the kidnappers. I decided to go back to the Justice Minister's office. Surprisingly, his brow is still just as furrowed as ever, quite unlike a father who has just learned of his daughter's safety. He seems to still be in the depths of despair. The atmosphere in the room is very different now. It seems to have an air of unfocused anxiety. I get the feeling something big is going to happen. I just found out that my daughter is safe. I'd like to express my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for my daughter's sake and for mine. No need to thank us, Mr. Minister. It was nothing. What did he do? But one question. I can't help but notice. Your daughter is safe, and yet you still look unhappy. How about a little smile? Of course, there is still the matter of the other kidnapping victim. But is that really the only thing troubling you, Mr. Minister? Please, let me think in peace until the prison van arrives. I wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Until we get her report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. This continued distress on the minister. Is there really something more to it, like the inspector in white said? Let's read his brain, because he died one time. Hey, Justice Guy. How about you finally admit I do exist? The thank you I expressed, that was meant for you. You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you? No, I don't. I can't control you. We've actually known you know, for quite a while now, but I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, of ghosts. What have you known about? We've known about the existence of somebody who can control others. A manipulator. What's this? That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Chowd. Mr. Minister, why don't you just tell us everything you know? I suppose I should. You need to hear it all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. Oh my God. Did you unleash ghosts onto the world? Some cases in this country right now that are under a top secret investigation. You wouldn't have known about them, Chowd. Right, they don't share much top secret info with prisoners. There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from, and all 3 have certain points in common. Yeah, tell me more. The rock singer who leaked secrets, the big head guy who burned down a police department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible. Impossible? The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office, and the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The SIU submitted an investigation report to me on them, and they concluded that the men's criminal acts were not of their own volition. How could that be? The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator. Manipulator, huh? That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory. Man. Whoa, that's too much. There we go. I'm gonna lean back a little bit here. That's too much lean. That's a little better. That's when the special prison was established as a facility to tilt the camera down a little bit to research that theory. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanella has been studying these cases. Huh. He has he? Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of its kind was a locked room murder involving our nation's best detective. Are you trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate another's behavior like that. My powers don't do that. That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake. You mentioned a mistake. Tell us about it. I suppose everybody here has the right to know. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanella can hear this too. There's something I'd like the two of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Cabanella, when you first made that report about a manipulator...
Damn, you're 10/10.
Thanks for the bits, money, Matt. I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought. Perfectly understandable, Mr. Minister. But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand. What's this? A month ago, I signed the order to carry out Detective Chowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled. You never told me about this, Mr. Minister. What's going on? This document. What am I doing? No, I mustn't sign it. Wait, don't deliver that document. That's when it started. That's when all of my fear, despair, and suffering began. At the time, I didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated, and the memory of the event was only hazy at best. So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh? Okay. Signing execution orders is part of a justice minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remember Inspector Cabanella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a minister of justice, I couldn't admit what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, the nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I actually had been controlled, so in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened. I suppose, but it sounds a bit like an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister. I know! I should have. I was running away from the problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something. Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen. I explained it to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out. Not as big of an asshole as we thought she was. Voice bees?
I don't know what the trick is, because you certainly look like a treat.
Oh, look, you're making him blush. Pie, you're making the chat blush. We got enough. Simon is proud, just in time. Way to go. Julie helping carry. Hambo helping carry on that, Simon says. Good job, team. I know, that was the perfect emote reaction. That was a great scripted, dude. It was thrust under my nose like that. I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody. So that's why you've been telling people to stay back. So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks. It's the name of... But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from. Where does it come from? Inspector Cabanella, this manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit. A spirit? As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now. What? Don't tell me you can hear this ghost too, Jowd. The only person who can't hear him is you. Spirit, ghost, gods in heaven. Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir. Inspector! This is Lynn. I'm at the park. We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence? Well, the situation here is kind of difficult to explain. Sissel, if you're there, come to the park immediately. It looks like your help is needed, Sissel. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So it's obvious that Lynn was manipulated by whatever maybe by Lamp Ghost into killing Sissel, and then Sissel being killed turned him into a ghost that's then being further manipulated by the lamp, except this time not like through powers, just through conversation and regular, like, actual manipulation. To do whatever the ghosts, the other red lamp ghosts' goal is, which I don't currently know. The thing that is a big mystery to me right now is why does Detective Jowd, or was Detective Jowd drawing a picture of me in jail? He has to have some connection to real life me. I don't know why that's enough, why that's a reason for me to need to get killed. Maybe I was on my way to provide information. No, it was information that was going to be bad for Jowd. That's right. That's why Lynn didn't like the information I had, probably. Remind me about something I learned last stream? Yes. Completely unfazed that the Minister of Justice is talking about ghost orders and executions. Camilla had a core, but you never saved her before. Shit. True. Wonder how that's going to connect. The Minister was being controlled, huh? I'm truly sorry, Detective. I have no excuse to offer you. Maybe it was all for the best. What do you mean? If you had never been manipulated, you never would have believed the power existed. After all, you're a realist, right? It just goes to show you, you never know when even the worst things can turn out good. I don't know what to say, Detective. All right, Sissel, you better go help Lynn. She's a good kid, but she's got a habit of taking on other people's problems. All right, I got to go to Temsick Park. This game is fantastic. Your first playthrough? It is, yeah. Lynn calls and I oblige. I take off towards Temsick Park, the place where clearly something big is taking place. The manipulator, the person whose very existence sheds new light on everything. Detective Jowd's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Obtained new illustration. Ooh, you're lucky the egg bot is broken. Don't worry, Album. You don't have to get timed out for that. We're going to fix that after the subathon, just so you guys know. It will go back to normal style. It will go back to normal style after. Looks like Sissel has come to the same conclusion as Mickey, which means I gotta be wrong. There's no way I'm right yet. There's no way I figured it out yet. There's going to be 3 more absolutely wild twists they're going to throw at me. Temsick Park, the site of the little lady Camilla's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. My brain, I got to take a second to spill it out. So my brain right now, for some reason, the old lady, Camilla's mom died instead of Camilla, right? In that room through the Rue Goldberg machine, because the thing they really tried to push forward to me was that Camilla's a genius with tinkering, and 2 things went wrong with her thing. So her thing likely was manipulated to kill the mom But I guess the alternative wasn't to kill Camilla, it was to kill the mom. So the mom died, the mom didn't get Ghost Trick resurrected, but Camilla has been Ghost Trick resurrected at some point. So maybe it did kill Camilla, and the spirit's only way of saving Camilla was to have the mom die. And then that's all I got. Will there be a new resub? Or she didn't have a core in chapter 2. Oh, okay, fair. That's a fair point. So she died in the middle somewhere. Still, there's manipulation afoot in that previous time. That did end up killing the mom. Whatever ghost is causing this And the only reason I have to believe that my ghost will disappear at dawn is that the lamp ghost told me, which means that I don't need to worry about sorry, I can't trust it. I could disappear at dawn, but I don't necessarily have to trust that, because who knows, maybe the lamp's a liar. Remind me of something from the very start of the game. I'll even do it with a clip if you want. Okay, but you don't have to share a clip. You can just say it. I don't want to watch a thing. What am I doing? Why did I open a tab? What was I going to do? Bam, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam, boom. It's got to be someone related to the assassins, because if the sexy assassin lady can detect ghosts, kind of, then she's probably died at some point. So they probably have one within their ranks. Bad guy says, I need to wipe out all traces of Temsic. I don't remember that. Temsic Park, the site of the little lady Camilla's abduction tonight, and the place where an important piece of evidence, the music box, was hidden. We're gonna keep going forward here. Chicken guy's here? Hilarious. I wonder why our lady detective is looking so dejected. At least she isn't dead. But what did she find? I'm good. I don't need the clip. I'm good. A leaflet. I'm sure that's just so I can get to the chicken briefcase. What's he doing here? He's just literally vibing in the middle of a food delivery. I love it. He's not swinging aggressively enough. What's going on in his restaurant then? Why is his nose like that? I don't know. Nope, nothing. I figured maybe there was a part of the hint here. We'll go back to the park. I figured maybe we would find something related to the chicken restaurant since Chicken Chef was here. Maybe I just gotta wait for him to swing harder so I can reach his swing. Oh, that's okay. I see. He's having so much fun. I got the timing. This thing's spinning pretty fast. I didn't even put much effort into it. This is quite a bit of power and speed for a piece of playground equipment. I can just imagine all the poor kids who get sent flying all over the park. All right, what's up here? Love letter. Okay. How much height do I gain here? Not enough to get back up there. Okay. All right, let's see what she's got to say. There you are. From your dejected expression, I gather you didn't find what you were looking for. Yeah, I can't find it anywhere, but I found something else instead, something horrible. In the grass, you'd better see for yourself. Oh. A dead body. I nearly died when I saw it, and I suppose now that we found it, we can't just leave it there, can we? Suppose not. Stop. Oh, shit. I feel like I've seen this character. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park. You there. You're talking to me, aren't you? I have some leaflets for you. Leaflets I know you'll be very interested in. I urge you to pursue it thoroughly. Peruse it thoroughly. Examine it in detail. What's your name? I don't know. Okay. Come now, study these things with me, and come learn about the Rock of the Gods with me. The night is no longer young. As a matter of fact, daybreak is approaching, but we are young. I don't have time to get involved in your way of life, but I am interested in your way of death, so let's go back. Back to 4 minutes before you died. And so I made up my mind. I resolved to live here in this park and defend it. Okay, and what does that have to do with this Rock of the Gods you mentioned? You still don't appear to understand. It's written quite clearly in the 4th leaflet in great detail. I have to use the restroom. I'm coming! I've located the target, beauty. A girl of the right age coming out at the right apartment building at the right time. Yes, my dear. I'll ever so gently nab her and come right back to your side. Good evening, young lady. Won't you come with me? I don't like this. Do something, big rock guy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What in the world just happened? That's Mino. Mino? Mascot, the symbol of Temsic Park. Forget about the name. I'm talking about the way it changed direction. Did you see that? We witnessed it with our own eyes. The power of the Rock of the Gods. That was the power of the gods. The power of the gods saved the little girl. And that same power very deliberately crushed you instead. Precisely, that is called the mischief of the gods. It's swamped with the leaf. What if there was somebody with a much greater powers than me? Oh my god. Trick time. Look at that. There's another flame besides mine. So that is the flame of a god, is it? But hold on. Your spirit is a flame too, isn't it? Yeah, so? Pardon me, but are you a god? I sincerely doubt it. At the last minute, that big lump of concrete made a huge swing to one side. That was probably the flames doing. Who could it be? I definitely think it's a god or somebody god-related. What the? The person with much greater powers than me. It's You? Hey, Sissel! Oh my. It's Missile! You look well for being dead. Did you see? Did you see what I did? I did it. I tried really hard and I did it. I saved Miss Camilla. Are you telling me I was done in by a puppy dog? Missile, what's going on? How did you get the powers of the dead? I'm glad you asked. After Miss Camilla went out and you left, are you telling me this dog killed itself bumping into the door? I worked like crazy to make my own path. Oh my God. No, okay, it didn't do that. Does it get hit by a car? And then I followed Miss Camilla into the big world. And then here I found her at this park. You guessed it, I barked, you bet I did, and I went running after her too. Poor dog. And then I guess I died. And then I was unconscious for a little while. When I came to, it was all over. Poor Miss Camilla, crushed under that big scary lump. Oh, what have I done? I'm so sorry, little lady. Please forgive me. I had to rescue Miss Camilla. It was up to me. I cried out from the depths of my heart. And then I couldn't tell you how surprised I was, but I bet you understand, right? Better than probably anyone else could. And I remembered what you did for me, how you saved me. So you went back to 4 minutes before the little lady's death? You bet I did. Yes, my dear, I'll ever so gently nab her. Now's my chance. I thought I saw the core. I don't know, it looks pretty far. I stretched out my paw towards the core. Oh, how I felt at that moment. I'd love for you to be able to feel it too. Go ahead, Sissel. Go ahead and try it for yourself. Can't believe it. How could you connect over such a great distance? They don't call me Missile for nothing. And so you manipulated that Mino thing right on top of my head. No, actually. I can't manipulate things like you can, Sissel. I didn't know what to do. Then I happened to see something out of the corner of my eye, and it had a cord too. A single leaf hanging from the tree. I tried reaching out to the leaf. What in the world? I can't manipulate things, but apparently I can swap them. As long as the two things have the same shape, that is. Swap things with the same shape? Go ahead and try it. Press swap. That's incredible. And so that's how you saved your mistress. And that's how I became caught up in this. I'm very sorry. My powers were too meager. Meager? Because you see, I saw one more. I happened to notice one more core. There was something with the exact same shape. Hey, you're right. If he could be swapped again with that, then disaster wouldn't have to rain down on my head. But what is that thing? It's too big to be a leaf. Whatever it is, I'd much prefer it on my head than Mino. So why didn't you swap them, Missile? I couldn't. I can stretch out my paw a little further than you, Sissel. But this was just too far for me. I must admit, it's a fascinating spectacle of death, if I do say so myself. I kept retrying over and over, seeing if there was anything I could do. I bet there's something you can do now. If we work together, you and me. You think so, Sissel? I don't plan on letting anybody die in front of me tonight. Do you think you could help me? Of course. Naturally. So we're going to drop that Mino thing in a different spot. All right, let's try it. Let's go back again to 4 minutes before. Going on, Poke Boy Joshy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. The top screen of the DS original shows you whatever you're currently possessing, which shows the exact shape and what tricks can be done with it. Now I know there's more than one trick. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing. 4 minutes from now, you'll swap Mino with the leaf, and then you'll have to swap Mino with something else. So I got to get that football a little bit closer. The rugby ball. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, boop, beep boop, beep boop. All right, Missile, your powers are the key this time. Controlling 2 ghosts is a very big change. Here you come already. I swore to myself not to repeat my mistakes. When somebody's in trouble, you should lend them a hand. Otherwise, you'll definitely regret it. Now, the recklessness of youth has taken over, giving me lightning fast speed. I've been thinking, if we could stop this man from running, maybe he wouldn't get squished. It won't be easy to stop me once the recklessness of youth has taken over. Stop him, eh? That did not go how I wanted it to. So we can swap the tire, and we could also swap that. It's so heavy it can't move very much, maybe because of that swap I made. I guess the little ball is about all the weight it can handle. Look at this funny flattened ball. Same shape as that horrible Mino, but it's too far to swap from here. Passing through to say thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. And I love your brand new emotes too. Huge Pokemon fan. Great, I'm glad you like them, dude. Yeah, they're great emotes. Enjoy the gifter while you got it. Knock it down from there, I say. There must be something we can do. I wonder if Sissel can get up here somehow. I wonder if they can't possess the same object, right? No, they can't possess the same object, it looks like. I can talk, I can't trick here. Okay, so I'm gonna go and rewind time back to the beginning because it's clear I need to swap something on the seesaw. Whether it's the tire or, also, I don't know what this is for. This trowel. Maybe it's just a movement point. You discovered what it's for. It's a trap. Yeah, I feel like why is that designed like that? That sucks. Oh, that's also interesting. If it's something he can swap with, he can't move into it. All right, let's try the tire inside. Let's try the tire inside and see how that does. Oh shit, hold on. Goes for it. Controlling two ghosts is very annoying. It's very cool, but it's very annoying. I want the basketball on the seesaw. Okay, so when he jumped on the thing, the basketball went kudoink, and it went pretty far over there. And it looked like he was maybe gonna step on it, but he didn't. Okay. We got some trial and error to go through here. Actually, let's leave you in the trowel for now. Let's get you to the other side of the... Let's get you to the other side of the thing. Okay. I'm going to try tire on the seesaw, basketball over there, and baseball in the thing. Let's get Sissel up the tree. I know I can rustle this letter, and I know I can shake that umbrella. I don't know what this does for me, though. The tire there doesn't do anything. That was close. If I hit the ball, or if it hit the ball, it could have knocked it down. Is that all this umbrella can be used for knocking the rugby ball down? Don't forget about my powers, and don't forget about the recklessness of youth. So that funny flattened ball is still in the tree. Yeah, I know. And there isn't much more time. Gotta find a way somehow. Yeah, I do gotta find a way somehow. The swapping of balls seems to be relatively unimportant. But I don't believe that in my heart. This'll help. There's nothing in reach to swap Mino with. We're too late. Darn. I guess we'll have to start over again. The umbrella does give a path from the dumpster to the top. I've yet to discover which of these balls I want to be flung into the air. I know that Sissel can't get into I can go further this way too. It's like dog can't do anything with the phone. Oh, interesting. So that flyer went flying. A bunch of these flyers went flying up there. All right, I want to observe the... Let's put Sissel in the baseball right now. It hit the umbrella. The baseball hit the umbrella. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. So if the umbrella's out of the way, but I can't get the umbrella out of the way without Sissel swapping balls around. Can Sissel swap a ball that, or can Missile swap a ball that Sissel is in? I don't know if I've figured that out. I'm going to test it. It's my best idea here. Yeah, I know. It's like you've had to try a whole bunch of times. Here's your hint. Talk, not swap. I guess the baseball doesn't... I guess I could do all this while he's in there. As long as I close the umbrella. Oh my god. No, I'm not ready. So keep the baseball in here. Let's go, dog man. No swaps needed at the moment. I'm gonna leave dog in the other side of the thing here. It does feel like the game wants me to swap. The balls, mostly because it gave me that hint about that. But I have to see what happens when I do this. Oh, maybe you can't even get there in time. Yeah, you can't. Never mind. Unless I find some other way to get Sissel up there. Does the tire being inside there matter at all? I wonder. I wonder if now that how did it tilt back? What do you mean? Feeling a little scammed there, chat. I feel like we've missed something. I feel like we've missed something big. Like if I can somehow get up here. Okay, I have one more idea. The basketball didn't work to get Sissel higher up into the tree, but the wheel might. I don't know. Unless physics doesn't the seesaw, I guess, could have maybe justifiably tipped back to the right because it's broken on the left and the weight of the basketball wasn't enough to hold it on the other side. So let's go ahead and move back. Missile. No, what I want to do, I want to go here. I want to swap you two again. And then I want to go back. I want to go to Sissel. I want to trick. And now I want to swap these two. We'll see what happens. That is not what I expected to happen. I thought it would stay. I really thought it would stay there. Oh, I can spin it faster. Okay, that gives me enough time. That gives me the time I needed to get this all figured out and situated. And then I need the basketball. All right, I don't know. I guess it needs to be open to catch the basketball. It needs to be open to catch the basketball. Oh, I wish I didn't have to start from the beginning again. I wish I could start from the spinning seesaw. Wonder if something interesting happens if you get the girl killed. I don't think you have it in your power. I think the game's in a very firm don't get the girl killed lock. Get the umbrella down. I don't think it matters to swap tire, but I want missile in this ball right now. All right, jump. So I did not see that coming. I never thought the umbrella would catch the ball. Did you see that? The branch had shook a little. I think I saw it shake too. If only it shook a little more, it would knock the rugby ball down from this terrible top. No, no, not the wheel. Not the wheel. Come on. Oh, I swapped the wheel in. Like, however could I get a wheel in here? Oh, but the wheel's so far because I don't have the wheel waiting for me right here. All right. One more try. One more round. So leave the wheel there. Basketball right there. That's not what I meant to do. Shong. All right, missile's in the tire. Basketball's going to be in the umbrella, ready to swap it with the tire, knock the rugby ball out. We'll see what happens after that. Something's going to go wrong here. I already know it. Something's going to go wrong here. We moved the ball. What do you think, Missile? With the ball there, I think I can do it. Just a few seconds, you'll have to swap Mino with the leaf. And then, from there, you can swap Mino one more time. The final moment is near, Missile. Are you ready? You bet! All right, watch me, Sissel. Here I go. Schwank. Going. There. How's that? My head has been spared. Truly, that was a try worth of the gods. Fix my chair. I'm no longer comfortable leaning. We did it again, didn't we? Didn't we? Now, nobody has to die, except for one brave little somebody. I'm talking about you, Missile. Oh, me? I guess you're right. I'm still dead, aren't I? So now let's go back and save your life. Wait a minute. What is it? Now that I think about it, I think I want to stay dead a little longer. What? When I was alive, I couldn't help Miss Camilla when she was in trouble. I want to be able to help protect Miss Camilla, and to do that, I need these powers I have now. I see. Perfectly understandable. Even I wish I had powers like that. Hey, we just saved you. Don't wish your life away already. Of course, you're right. All right, Missile, have it your way. By the way, Mr. Reckless, there's a certain detective who needs that music box you found. When we get back to the present time, could you give it to her? Certainly, you have my word. Let's go back then to the present. Yeah, it's definitely not an everyday thing, X-Nick. It was cozy and comfy, but not an everyday thing. And so Camilla ended up in the hands of the kidnappers. We weren't able to change that part. Lynn listened to my story without saying anything. Wish there was something else I could have done. No, you did the best you could. I'm sure she's all right after all. After all, she has me. Missile, are you in there? Miss Lynn, leave Miss Camilla to me. I know I don't look like much right now, but I'm sure I can help her. Oh my God. Well, see you later, dog. I'm going to leave it up to Missile. Kind of looks like Missile is being left up to the wind. Ooh! I have something to give you. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Oh my god. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. My apologies. This is for you. Oh? Yeah, just shove it in your pocket. Not at all. I was only doing what The Rock asked of me. Would have wanted. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? He's mesmerized by my beauty. Hey, the cat's not allowed to get your tongue. Excuse me, but are you? No, it couldn't be. Have we met before? Aren't you that little girl from that time? I'll never forget it. It was 10 years ago in this park. Are you talking about? He knows about her past. Here in this park, the gods surely control fate. Today, 10 years from that day, we meet once again. If that isn't the power of the gods, then what else is it? It could just be a coincidence. But apparently you know our lady detective here. Could you tell us about it? About what happened 10 years ago? Of course! I was actually just about to do that. That day, I just happened to be passing through this park. I had no idea that day would change my destiny. The sun was going down, and through that gloom, I heard the scream of a little girl. Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back! If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. I peeked out fearfully from the bushes and saw some shadowy figures. I didn't see the face of the criminal clearly. I knew I should do something to help, but I couldn't move. The tension was so thick, it was painful. Just when I couldn't stand it any longer, that's when it happened. The sky suddenly burned bluish white. When it crashed into the ground. I'm sorry. The meteorite gave off a shower of beautiful fragments, and then I saw it, one of those beautiful fragments, pierced into the criminal's back. You're telling me Zhao didn't kill either of the people he went to jail for killing? "10 years ago, the little girl that was you who was saved by the Rock of the Gods." Oh my, I can't believe it. The Rock of the Gods was given the name Temsik. Temsik has to be like an anagram for something. K-I-S-M-E-T, Kismet. M-I-S-E-K-T-K. M-I-S-T-E, I don't know. And still today, it lies sleeping deep in the park's earth. It means destiny? Okay. What's this Rock of the Gods you keep mentioning? Don't you know it's right there in front of us? That's a dead dog, actually. Missile. Wait a minute. You say gods, but do you mean dogs? Of course not. Don't be silly. This is no time for ridiculous word games. You are standing just above the Rock of the Gods now. Take a good look at that monument. Rock of the Gods, Temsik Park. The rock is buried in the ground right there. It's been 10 years. Ever since the day it flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle! So this rock you've been talking about is a meteorite. Precisely. It dropped from the sky that day 10 years ago. Yes, of course. Surely you know all about it. Me? I never knew about this Temsic. I always thought Detective Jowd was the one who saved me. You were very young then, and you passed out from the shock of being taken hostage. Of course you wouldn't remember, but that's funny. A huge incident like that should have caused quite a stir. It's strange you never heard of it, Lynn. It is, isn't it? But now that I think about it, I remember I didn't want to think about what happened. I avoided the news and I never came back to this park again. That's why I didn't know anything about it. The meteorite was named Temsic after the name of this park that it fell in. And then the Rock of the Gods was forgotten. Now an awful thing is happening. They're talking about turning the park into a housing site. I'll never forget the miracle I witnessed that day. And so I've taken up residence in this park and am trying to appeal to the people. Protect the park, protect the Rock of the Gods. That is my mission. I'm taking you with me, Missile. So, 10 years ago, the little girl that was Lynn wasn't aware of the meteorite, but I get that. But Detective Jowd, on the other hand, there's no way he didn't know about this Temsic thing. And if he knew, and the man died, I took his life. What was that confession of his all about? The rocks of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago changed the destiny of many people's lives, like the ripples on a pond when a pebble is dropped in. With every answer I get, I learn a new mystery. Will I be able to break the chain of mysteries before dawn? Anyway, now that we have the evidence we need, we decided to meet up again at the minister's office. Besides, there are a few things I want to ask Detective Jowd. We found the music box, Detective. Good job, Lynn. I knew you would. Once everything has been resolved, I had wanted to give this to him. Him? You mean Inspector Cabanella, right? I don't suppose he'll ever forgive me. Jowd, now then, let's get this thing open. There's a certain knack to doing it, you know. See? He calls that a knack, more like brute strength. Here you are. You should find scorch marks on the grip. Scorch marks? When Camilla built her contraption, she used a special kind of string, a kind the magicians use. It burns up in an instant and disappears. Why would little Camilla use something like that? I don't know. Maybe because she's a detective's daughter, not leaving any evidence behind and all that. In the case report, there was a mention of some scorch marks. When it happened, she was watching from her hiding place. She saw the flame run to the gun, something she naturally didn't include in her design. I took the gun out of the frame and replaced it with a picture. If you remove the picture, you should find scorch marks behind it in the frame too, and those should match up with the ones on the gun. In other words, it proves the contraption existed there in that room that day. And it didn't work the way your little girl intended, is that right? Exactly. Some cowardly culprit modified the design. But that angle was never brought up in court. And so, as Justice Minister, I must call off the execution at this point. I knew I was right. It wasn't Detective Jowd. Now we can finally prove it. Thank goodness. Thank you, Lynn. In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes of that little girl from 10 years ago. Trick time! Sissel, if you hadn't come to my cell tonight, I would be gone by now without ever having known any of this. I told myself this is what I deserve, but things are different now. Thanks to you, my eyes have been opened. I've come into contact with a lot of people's lives and got involved in their fates. And the only reason I was doing it was to regain my own lost memory. But things are different now. We're connected to each other somehow. I just know it. And that's why I need to ask you a few more questions in order to find out the truth about us. Fair enough. Fire away! Tell me about Temsic. You must have heard this name before. Temsic. The meteorite that fell in the park 10 years ago. You were there. So you found out about that, did you? I hear that meteorite saved little Lynn's life. That's right. I couldn't do anything to help Lynn that day. But in that case, I don't get it. If it's true, Doesn't it mean you didn't steal somebody's life away? What are you talking about? Detective Jowd, you told me that 10 years ago, the person who killed the perpetrator in the park was you. But it was the meteorite. I wasn't lying. I stole that man's life away, no question about it. It was entirely my fault. Dude, what if I was the man in the park? Maybe my life was stolen away somehow. Maybe it's Cabanella. He's got the legs for it. I would have shot him in the next instant if the meteorite hadn't come. At that point, I was already a murderer. That's not true. You were trying to save me. I'm sorry, Lynn, but I don't think that's really it. Sissel told me all about it, Detective Jowd. About the manipulator. Yes, and it looks like this manipulator really did a number on the minister, too. Please don't pick on the minister. If he dies again, I'm the one who has to save him. Sissel, do you think that's what happened to me, too? What are you talking about, Lynn? Don't tell me. You were manipulated, too? There was always a part of me that just couldn't believe it. That image of the one who shot me. But now I see the possibility of a new explanation. But who is it, and why did they do it? That contraption was a birthday surprise for Camilla's mother, wasn't it? That's right. Something's been bothering me about it. I feel like I know that device from somewhere. No surprise there. You lost your life once tonight because of that machine. Right? I knew it. See, Detective Jowd? No, I'm afraid I don't see it. I told him about it. The second chapter. I told him about seeing the exact same contraption tonight in a completely different place. That's very strange indeed. A junkyard on the edge of town? I've never even heard of that place. And what's more, I've never told a single soul about the contraption. You haven't. That old pigeon guy. Who in the world is he? The truth about 10 years ago. On that day 10 years ago, a different incident happened in another place. In the police headquarters interrogation room, the worst sort of incident. A suspect who was being questioned escaped. I didn't know about that. I happened to be there in the detective division, so I joined the chase. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, I was able to track him down alone in the park. I fired a warning shot. I wanted to catch him bad. The warning shot made him panic. At the time, I was a young and green detective, brandishing my sense of justice like a sword. I made him panic, and you got involved, Lynn. It was all my fault. All I could see was my target. I couldn't even see you. I'm so sorry, Lynn. So the man who grabbed me that day died. These last 10 years, I've never forgotten his face. And then a few years after that, when my wife Alma died in such a mysterious way, I thought it was fate, my punishment for what I'd done. I painted pictures in my cell, nothing but portraits of people's faces. All the faces of the many people I'd met in my life, and I didn't want to forget. And tonight, I finished my last portrait, the final face I wanted to remember. Dun 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 dun. The final face of the man in the park that day. Wait 1 minute, that can't be. I saw that painting, the face you painted tonight. It was my face. Are you telling me I was the man in the park that time? That's right. That face of yours is the face I saw 10 years ago. The face of the man whose life I stole. Of the man who was pronounced dead at the scene. But hold on, Detective Jowd. That can't be true. I just met Sissel for the first time tonight, and he died right in front of me. By the way, the name that I know the man in the park that day by isn't Sissel. What? From the first minute I laid eyes on you tonight, I've been wondering, who in the world is this guy? Mr. Minister. Inspector Cabanella, where are you? Just be quiet and listen. This is our demand. What? Demand. Our demand hasn't changed. The execution must be tonight. Once we've confirmed it's been carried out, we'll release the hostage. What are you talking about, Inspector Cabanella? And you know it wasn't my daughter who was abducted. Does it really matter who the hostage is? A life is a life, even if it's the daughter of a death row prisoner. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. What is it, Mr. Minister? You look paler than ever. What in the world? What's going on? Inspector Cabanella. The rock of the gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago twisted the fates of many people and started a chain of tragic events. And even now, the chain continues to grow ever longer. Inspector Cabanella's call proved that to us. And the greatest mystery of all has risen to the surface. Who is this me I've been chasing all night? Who am I? I'm even further from knowing than when I started. What? If I died 10 years ago in the park, how did I die tonight in the junkyard? Unless those... No, what? What if... Oh. 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 I don't know. I don't get it. I could try to understand it, or I could just let the game keep playing out. I could let the game just keep doing its thing, you know? 10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn on a junkyard at the edge of town and was killed by a bullet. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. I see myself. There you are, Commander Sith. Finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think I would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your little conditions. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. We're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. All preparations are complete, sir, and we just had a report. Lights have been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. We're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive. Very well. So we're in some sort of mobile fortress then, huh? In a submarine. Nice try, Inspector Cabanella, but you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going on with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. Oh, you don't think? I think I'd better talk to him. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Oh boy, still unconscious, eh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead and go back 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm going to find my answers, I can't run away from it. Dun, 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 dun. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. Ugh. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Why is Sissel me talking like he's... is someone just using my corpse? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. On all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner, even though I was innocent. Lynn, the girl who was right there where I was running, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanella. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed the gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record. And my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth, me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief for you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Yay, ye gods! Now then, Inspector, time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. Lamp! This was another condition of my deal, to wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. Mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanella? My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanella character who just got shot is me? Yes. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I think so. But you couldn't be, could you? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? Guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have the information about that guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby, because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. So do your thing, baby. So you are a manipulator too. I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, the thing might get a little sticky. You're right, I'd better be careful. It's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is handy. Gives me complete control. Look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? Maybe the meteor killing him Gave him special powers. Look at this place. What in the world happened here? I think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here, and now there's another death lying hidden here. Another one? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. The scientist. Excuse me. You awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things, but never mind that. Cabanella, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you, pretending like he didn't just blow up the whole place. Are you talking about me? This is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. That hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death, in order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanella, but if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. We're going back again. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it, a meteor. He's not dead, he's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect. It's a spirit. Ridiculous. So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Cabanella. So it's really true. I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel, a shell. I control everything. This shell, people, just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. So it's true. You were manipulating my baby that time. You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence. You know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer. She'll suffer just like Jowd did. Now then, Professor, I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving the country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out! Dynamite, eh? What the devil did he put that there? He planned it out all tonight, having my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't going to let that happen, baby. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn, and I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you too. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks, but if that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back, even further into the past. If you stop the explosion, he'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say, and most likely impossible to boot. The huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Can't reach anything. I probably shouldn't use this. The hell's in there? Wave the wand this way. A door that opens downward. Yeah, that's not very helpful to us. I'll be leaving the country forever, but before I do, kaboy gadoigo. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out. Yeah, no, perhaps about it, but you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here. It looks like it's all over. Unless I find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sizzle. I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me before I'm carried away. What's with the frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. Is it Missile? That big wheel in the basement is suspicious. There he is again. Farewell. How the hell did the dog get here, man? Wait, dog or rat? Damn. Thought maybe in between that movement I could open it. Think they're the same rats from earlier? No. The leaf. Here I am. Oh, hey, it's Missile. What are you doing there? You really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me come join you. Okay, here I am. Now maybe things will flow in another direction, even though the flow of the sewers is a little bit stinky. All right, fate changed. The telephone there. There's a ball and a lamp. Trash can lid. Trash can. These squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sissel, my animal instincts are starting to surface. If you mean you want to chase them, I think you'll have to be alive to do that. Must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. There you go, rats. Now that's what I'd call some proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel a bit like dancing now myself. Okay. That didn't help. I thought the trash can would keep rolling. Would keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try again here. Ba-ba-dee-boo-bee-boo, baby-boo. Definitely did feel close. Agreed. There's also a bowling ball and a shovel in the corner of the room that I haven't been able to do anything with. Let's have them talk. Do you remember how to use my powers? Yeah. Can't reach the corner of the room with any of this stuff. You take a step back. Why did the rats never, Oh, it happens right now. Oh. That's why. There's also the lamp and the... Oh, there's a ball here. They can't reach that low. This can reach here now. Oh, but dude, we can't reach... It looks like if I were to swap these, this matches the door perfectly. But I don't think I can bridge them right now. Because I needed to swap it with the wheel while it was moving. But it didn't fall that way last time, did it? I thought I tried to make that connection. Maybe I missed it. There we go. Huh? Oh, there we go. Okay. When do I do it? I thought I would have to wait till right before. Slightly before that moment, I figured it out. It said 0 seconds until death. I thought they'd give me like a, if you got an idea, do it now, kind of thing there. Come on, rats. One more time. Time until death, 0 seconds. We'll make the swap. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you. Don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit more when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector, I couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act, that is. Nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. Okay. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead. Not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me has given the poor Justice Minister a real fright. Oh, the phone call. Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. And what's this lively little creature? It's a little doggy warrior that, who's been keeping Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. That poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. A hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cavanella, it's time to save your life right now. But you couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right. With us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the inspector in white, and then we'll rescue Camilla, okay? All right, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. All right, let's get started. Soon as I peek. I'll go up first and wait for you. Okay, dog. Might need help getting up there, actually. Okay, lovey-dove. We need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Good job, bird. It's stuck on something and it won't bulge. All right, we're going up. Ah, 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would ya? Allow him to shoot and then save Cabanella without him noticing. It's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. All right, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just tap V. So now I can go somewhere. Can't do that. He notices it. Yeah. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? He sensed my presence. I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Including the life of the police inspector in white. Wait, don't shoot. That was cool. I guess using my powers right in front of the other me wasn't a good idea. Boom, 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 boom. Did you see that? The bad Sissel turned around. You have to call him that, but yeah, maybe this is our chance. Excuse me. If you have something to do, do it now. Time to take the first steps towards saving the inspector. What was that? Trick time. I don't know what exactly I need to do over here, but old pictures of what looked like fragments of rock. Those are Temsic fragments. That's an article from back when it was big news. No one really understood 10 years ago. I guess that's still true today. Yikes, I'm a little scared right now. Why didn't he die? Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. And why did you go through the trouble of shooting him at all? Time's almost up. Enough chit-chat. So what exactly is this thing? It looks like a giant nail clipper to me. No, it's most certainly not. It's an instrument used in analyzing radiation-emitting matter. Oh, yes, yes. Oh. What's that gonna achieve? I have an idea. What? No. That's not my idea. I wanted it to fall on his head and blind him so Cavanella could get away. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in the air between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. I'm here in the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's got to be something in here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Hurry now. Swap that hanging bullet with something else. What about the piece of meteor in his chest? The knit hat. Much clearer on the DS. I don't think he noticed. It looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. I guess it's same shape, not same size. Yeah, there was just a glowing circle on the screen. I couldn't see the bullet. And now I say again, I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. Did I do all of that right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All of our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together. That's about the size of it. Who would believe a story about manipulation? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. All right, well, let's hurry back. Back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I gotta follow, too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanella, the man in red left. And now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Professor. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right, like I'm gonna believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, the two have information, and I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? Haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. Police, huh? Not as a detective, but a medical examiner. I investigated victims' causes of death. Now I work in a junkyard. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There was no signs of life. He was definitely dead, but I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Well, tell me more. Yeah, sure. I have an interest in recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. Clue left behind. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation. I use all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute. Could it be? It was coming from the meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell, and just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that center. It was the exact same pattern as the radiation as the corpse. At the time, I thought he was being some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn that the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, no question, but there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteor fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered when I tried to autopsy him, but even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went. No scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen the body, but there is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? If it got up and walked out. Duh. He was dead, but he wasn't. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him, and he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. It was about a year ago, I'd say, Cabanella's arrival. The man in white came dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsic. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator's case and Temsic were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, I guess you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp, and all of our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. It's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions, Mr. Ghost. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. For NS purposes, the country keeps tabs on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard of him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time, and in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of the man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation, and then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and stalked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal, but we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Highly unlikely they'd use him for peaceful purposes, and now they have that little girl as a hostage. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. This is crazy. That guy mentioned revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He has only himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanella. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, the SIU was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigations. And then I did it. I made 2 very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, you're under no obligation to talk, of course, but if you don't, the SIU can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the SIU, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress him. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement, but I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and I made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanella, got a minute. The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun pointed at Lynn in the first place. You dummy. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigations Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. Manipulator case, that's why you cared so about your record so much? Why else, baby? I mean, I just never could believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma? I never cared that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure that the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the judge minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could. But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What a little misunderstanding. My baby will come around, give it time. But there's more important things to do with our time tonight. So the contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device, but there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have. It made an impossible move. I added that to the device I recreated. I put a part that would allow the Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated the contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Inspector! Hey, baby. Sorry about the phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hate to spoil your image of me. That cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that the image? Is that really it? Is that really it, though? Inspector Cabanella, I'm sorry, I just heard you were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Spotless record on this one. I really thought we finally had him tonight, but my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. The minister called off the execution order, and while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around, and then you swoop in at the last second. Oh my God! 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promise to give it back to you one day. Sick. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. Are you sure you don't want grab any the information I have? This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Sissel, are you there? Yeah. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. You do this with me. Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do? All right, fine. I'm counting on you. It's true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. All right, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanella. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now, I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. But it's almost dawn. Ba-da-ba-boo-bee-boo-bee-boom. Look at all these unlockables we're getting. Oh my God. Wow. Guys, I know we said we were going to beat it and I lied, but I didn't know how long it would take exactly. We're going to have to come back to it after board game night, but my buddies are going to be here in about 25 minutes and I got to get a little bit of food in me and I got to tidy up the basement.